Welcome to Life Connection, a weekly chat with newsmakers across the Sioux Empire.
Really excited about this morning's program. I've got Sandy Tams, who is the founder of Sioux Falls Lutheran School. It was founded as a preschool in 1977. I also have Tina Lenz, Brett Baney. Also, they have been on the Sioux Falls Lutheran School staff for quite a while, and they're being honored in their retirement with a party and open house a little later on today over at the school, which is just located across the street and down the road at 6715 South Bow Lane, B-O-E Lane. It is south of 69th on Tallgrass Avenue. And to you all, welcome to the studio and welcome to the show. And Sandy, I guess it all started with you by accident.
It did.
Can you explain the little history of the beginning of Sioux Falls Lutheran?
Well, it was 1977. I had a preschool in my own home, and I was happy with my preschool in my home. And I worked 2.5 days, and the board, the members, I'm not sure who came to me from that wanted to start the school and said, would you be our preschool teacher? And I said, well, I think it's a conflict of interest because I have a preschool. And they said, well, we heard you only worked 2.5 days. Could you do Sioux Falls Lutheran the other 2.5 days? And I said, oh, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. And so I went home and thought about it and prayed about it, and God gave me the push. This has been God's plan, I'm sure, since the beginning. And I'm kind of a modern day Jonah. And no, I don't want to do that. I want to do what I want to do. And he gave me a big push, and here we are.
Look at the history of the school from where it started through the K Cinema now to this wonderful facility that continues to grow even today.
Kind of reminds me of our shirts, and Brett's got one on. Imagine. We never imagined anything like this. I'm in awe.
Tina Lenz also with us this morning. And Tina, how long have you been with Sioux Falls Lutheran?
Well, I actually started in 1979 when they decided to add the elementary grades.
Gotcha.
So I was fresh out of college, got my first call here to Sioux Falls Lutheran, and I remember at Concordia they said, well, you're going to South Dakota. And I'm like, what? I'm from Kansas City, and I had put on my requirement papers that I wanted to go south, thinking Texas or Oklahoma, and I was going to South Dakota. It's been the biggest blessing in my life. Never in my life would I have guessed. I would have been here. We would have raised our family. We were in eastern Iowa for a few years, and then we came back. So, yeah, it's been an amazing occupation to have and place to do this job.
Tina Lenz, also Sandy Tams, and Brett Baney, our guests here from Sioux Falls Lutheran School. I'm Brad Peterson. This is Life Connection. And Brett, you came some 20 years after Sandy founded Sioux Falls Lutheran School as a preschool, again in 1977. You came in 1997. What brought you to Sioux Falls Lutheran?
Well, I think it was a God's plan that I came there. I was actually working in the printing business in Sioux Falls at Bell Paper Box then. It's now called Bell Incorporated now. And I had been there for almost 19 years. And I had started there when there was like 4 employees. And when I left, there was over 100 employees. And so it was a big growth for the company. And I was a big part of that in management. And it was just time to move on to find something else to do. And my kids were at Sioux Falls Lutheran. My daughter Emily was in kindergarten and Ryan was 3. And so I actually stayed home with him for a year. I stayed home dad for a year. And then it was time in the fall of 97 to find something to do, go back to work. And so there happened to be an opening in preschool, Sioux Falls Lutheran. And I said, well, that's kind of cool. Maybe I should try that. And then we can go to school together. I could drive to school, take my kids to school with me, spend extra time in the car. And as they say, the rest is history. I loved working with those kids and Sandy that very first year. And then just 23 years later, it was over. It was kind of hard to believe it was that fast and that strong, but it was just a God thing that I was there. I mean, he kind of led me to there, I think, with the opening coming at the right time and the ability to be able to take that and just be part of it was really a lot of fun.
Sandy Tams, Tina Lenz, Brett Baney, going to be honored as teachers, huge roles in the history at Sioux Falls Lutheran School with a retirement party today from 1 till 3 at the school. And as you guys have headed off into retirement, do you feel you've left Sioux Falls Lutheran School in good hands?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And it's the teachers, too.
Yes, it's a teacher.
It's the teachers. We have wonderful, wonderful teachers.
Back to you, Sandy, for just a moment. What makes a great preschool?
The teachers, the people, the staff that works with them, love. We loved them. And Jesus. Jesus was part of our day every day. In fact, if that's all they got out of preschool, that Jesus loved them and he's their friend. That's the most important thing. But we had fun. We
had a lot of fun.
We did a lot of crazy things.
Hands-on, absolutely hands-on activities.
Yeah, and I was a farm girl, so we have to be outside. We have
Mud pies.
mud pies and wheat and shelling corn and hatching chicks and our butterflies, all that stuff. And every time, like the church year changes, and like when it was Holy Week, I thought, oh, I want to tell those kids about it. And we would wash feet. I missed that hands-on type stuff. I miss it.
So grades 9 through 12 added on the new Bow Lane campus last fall, and construction on the high school addition is currently underway, and it's located at 6715 South Bow Lane. We believe it's named after the governor.
Yeah, we think so.
We think so. And anyway, Sandy, Tina, Brett, thank you so very much. Again, the retirement party today over at the school from 1 until 3. We thank you so very much for your time in, one, the Sioux Falls community, Sioux Falls Lutheran, but also being in the community of teaching. So thank you so very much. It's your hearts and your care that we get to hear these stories of really prosperity. And as Sioux Falls Lutheran says, world ready, faith secure. Can you get any better?
Exactly.
Thank you all.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for having us. We appreciate it.
This is Life Connection. I'm Brad Peterson. Thank you for listening.